aboard! All aboard! Ah, well, hello there. So, you're getting on this train, huh? You know, I've been conducting this train for a good couple of years now. Been through a lot with her. I remember the "I got nothing up my butt" incident back in 2019. There was also the Florida man who threw a Bible at a police officer. Oh, and don't get me started about the year 2020. Oh, boy. Ah. So listen, if you're new here, I gotta read this this piece of paper for you. It's sort of a legal thing, you know. Here we go. Warning. The following show may feature some adult language and adult scenarios that are not suitable for those under the age of 18 to 21 years old. If you are under this age, please consult your parents and or legal guardians for permission to listen to this show. Listener discretion is strongly advised. Well, with that out of the way, will you still be getting on? Excellent. Well, let me just punch your ticket for you. And welcome to Trademark's Trainwreck.
Banana daiquiri.
Good evening, passengers, and welcome to tonight's episode of Trademark's Trainwreck, a show featured on Celesti Radio, all fandom, all the time. With me here tonight, as always, is RandomGreymane.
Yep.
We also have Sherlock with us tonight.
Hello.
And TheFangirl as well.
Fuck it.
I was waiting for it, Jesus.
Fangirl echoing the statement of this century.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, with a statement like that, I think the question, how's everyone doing tonight, is kind of superfluous.
I think it's
a little tired, but, you know, alive.
Yeah, same. Don't really have anything entertaining to talk about.
I did mention that I sent my sister a picture of my foot without the toe, and it showed up on her watch, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right. For those who weren't here last week, RandomGreymane, literally on the last episode, was in the hospital getting his, which toe was it?
Toe removed.
Yes, it was the second toe, the piggy that stayed home.
Yeah.
Was the one that was removed.
Because his asshole dog Socks put a tennis ball in his shoe. A collapsed tennis ball.
He's still rocking the name Toe Killer at this point.
Oh, Lord.
That's gonna end here pretty soon, but
I'm still confused at how putting a tennis ball in your shoe killed your toe.
Okay, here's
You
the
just
thing.
Folded it and killed the nerves?
No. Okay, let's go over this real simple here.
Yeah, real
First
simple.
of all, I have almost no feeling in the bottoms of my feet. Okay, in the toes and in that area. Okay, so as a diabetic, you have to watch out for things that are called like diabetic ulcers, which is when you get a hole, okay, from damage, whether it's a blister, whether it's you rubbed your foot the wrong way. The skin doesn't heal normally, and it creates literally a deep hole in your foot. Okay, so that said, because I have no feeling in my feet. Okay, and because my right foot has been been adjusted. Okay, they had to do some internal stuff on my right foot. It is now a bigger size than my left foot. So when I buy shoes, I have to buy like size 14 shoes. Okay, or I'm buying 2 pairs of shoes and then then worrying about whether I'm putting on the right pair of shoes. Okay, but that leaves, when I use like the size 14s, that leaves extra space in the front of the other shoe. So our dog, Socks, is all about the tennis ball. He's a puppy. He's only a year old now. And he loves tennis balls, and he collapses the crap out of them. Okay, so he breaks the seam on them, but doesn't break the fabric, so they kind of squash. He managed to squash one into the toe of my shoe. Well, because I have no feeling in there, it folded over the front of the toe, okay, and abraded the toe for about a week and a half. So think of it as like having like a really bad, like when you wear sandals that are the wrong size.
Oh, you're
Okay.
rubbed wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Okay. And it rubbed through the skin and the muscle on that toe. Okay. And I can't feel that. Okay. Which is, it's a very bizarre thing, when you can't feel that, because you think everything is okay. All right. And,
It's
so
like getting a bed sore.
right. It's like getting a bed sore. And
So you never looked at your foot?
no, I didn't. I literally, here's the thing. It had like a scab on it early in the week. Okay, because I went to the foot doctor for my other things, because I have to have my feet regularly looked at. And he's like, no, okay, that looks okay. We'll just put a Band-Aid on it, because it was just a scrapish thing. Okay, so I put a Band-Aid on it, and then like a week later, I looked at it, and well, okay, that looks kind of bad. This like, actually, it was like about 4 days later. That looks kind of bad, so I'll put some honey infused. There's a honey infused like foam that you can get, and I have some of that. So I put that on there, and it helps healing and stuff like that. And then I go after the whole week and a half is over. I get to the doctor, okay, and he's like, "Well, we're gonna take a look at that toe just in case." And he pulls it off. He's like, "Oh shit," because it had quiet, toe killer. I don't want to hear you. It had rubbed its way with the Band-Aid. Okay, on top of it, it had just abraded its way through the thing. And after an MRI and yada yada yada, they decided that the choice was either put me in the hospital for weeks and pump me full of antibiotics, and maybe also possibly lose the foot, or lose the toe. Okay, so I chose to lose the toe.
Yep.
And that brings us to today, which is I'm pretty much healed, but I've got an appointment on Friday, and we're going to see whether or not it's or how it's doing. So,
Well, I have
But,
confidence that
shit.
you're doing okay.
yeah, to answer your question, it's very simple. It folded over, and I didn't feel it, and that's a PSA for anybody who's diabetic or has neuropathy in their legs or stuff like that. You're going to have to visually inspect on a regular basis. You really are.
Mm-hmm. I just love this ongoing gag that has spawned from this, where, okay, two ongoing gags, where first, Gray's nickname is 9 of 10.
Yeah, that was my sister. My sister basically called me up and she said, "Hey, how you doing, 9 of 10?" And I went, "I can't argue that nickname."
And two, the one that I personally love is that Gray keeps going on about making a song called Greymane of the 9 Toes and the Dog of Doom, which I just fucking love, because I don't care what anyone says, I love the that particular Rankin Bass Lord of the Rings film.
You know what? There's a lot to love about it as well as hate.
Of
Okay,
course,
but
of course.
yes, that's where that came from.
I do want to say though, he's not the only one who's had weird medical shit happening.
Yes, the sudden rash.
So, I want to preface this by saying, first off, if you are on the fence about getting the vaccine, do not let what I tell you, this my own personal story, to make you shy away from getting the COVID-19 vaccine.
Yes, get the vaccine.
Vaccines save lives, and any side effects that happen are usually rare and few and far in between. I just happened to get really, really unlucky twice.
Yeah.
Well, given this group in particular, okay, we have a tendency to beat the odds, as it were, for weird shit.
I may not
So
have gotten the disease itself, but as far as the vaccine, I kind of got the whole hog. So, obviously there's some things that I don't qualify for because of my mother's side having a history of blood clotting issues. I was immediately rejected from getting the one-shot Johnson Johnson. So, but I did qualify to get the Moderna. And so I go to my local, let's call it Wally World, and I go get shot number 1. As expected, I get diet flu for about 2.5 days. By by the end of day 3, I'm fine with some soreness in my arm as expected, and I return to work and life is normal. However, about 9 days after I get the shot, my injection site starts to itch. And when I look up the side effect, it is something called COVID arm. It is a rash that 25% of Moderna recipients will get, usually on the first shot, and about half of that get it again on the second shot. It doesn't disqualify you from getting your second shot, but it's usually gone in a week and just really, really uncomfortable. So I follow the advice listed on the websites that say take Tylenol if it hurts, and take an antihistamine if it's itchy, and if the skin is itchy, put some hydrocortisone cream on there. I follow this, but instead of going away, my rash gets bigger until I have a red, swelling, uncomfortable armband around my bicep. Monday, I go to my primary care physician, I call them explaining my situation. They go, yeah, that's normal, come in. So I take a long lunch break from work, and as soon as I go in, they look at it, touch it, and say, yeah, that's a skin infection. So what happened to me was that not only did I get the reaction, the actual COVID arm reaction, also apparently either my arm was not cleaned well enough, or during the time that the injection spot was healing, something got into the injection site, and I essentially got a bacterial infection in my arm. So to combat it, I am on some very strong medicines right now.
Yeah, this is those bacterial infections are no joke, because I am actually on an antibiotic, okay? Because if an infection gets into the rest of the foot, I lose the foot. So this antibiotic they've got me on pretty much kills all my gut bacteria. Okay, so which has been interesting.
As does mine. So me and Greymane are both in the boat of having to take a super strong antibiotic as well as a super strong probiotic pill, so that all of our bacteria doesn't get destroyed. Because these medicines don't know friend from foe at this point. However, luckily, I no longer have a red armband around my arm. However, my skin is still very, very much discolored because of this. I'm probably going to have a slightly off-color arm for the rest of my life. I don't know yet. I'm only a few days in. But luckily it is going away. It just fucking sucks that for about a week I was having a bad reaction, and I was probably feverish, but didn't realize it because I run cold. Meaning that my normal temperature is 96 to 97 degrees, and if I go towards 98, that is my fever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the danger zone if I'm at 99. But, because I run cold and all my temperatures were always about 97 or, on the higher 97 side, I was technically fine by normal medical standards. And so I ignored it. I thought this was a reaction. It was both. So yeah, do not be afraid of getting the Moderna shot or any of the shots. Just make sure of 3 things. 1, make sure it's a good pharmacy or a good doctor who's giving you the shot. 2, that way you know you're getting a clean needle. 2, make sure they clean the spot they're going to stick you really, really damn well. And 3, ask for a Band-Aid with antibiotic ointment.
Mm-hmm.
So nothing gets in there.
It's one, I got mine at an abandoned Kmart. So there's that. But if you can get it, make sure that maybe like in my case the National Guard was running the injection site or injection location, the vaccination location. Good Lord. And so they were running it with some incredibly good military precision. So they clean everything. They don't make sure they make sure that you don't get a crappy needle, and stuff like that. So keep an eye out for the National Guard to do it. But in all sense of any of this though, do not let this stop you, okay? Because like I said before, as a group, we have a tendency, okay, to blow the bell curve. All right, so just don't be afraid to go get the vaccine, okay? Just go and do it.
Just because Fanny had a bad experience, I got both my shots, and the worst thing that happened to me is it felt like somebody punched me in the arm with brass knuckles.
Yeah, I had the Pfizer, so.
So everybody's reactions to each one is different.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's going to have a different situation. Again, I just got a fucking unlucky roll here.
Yep.
So
somebody rolled a 1.
I rolled a 1. My Constitution rolled a 1. So here we go. But yeah, just remember, not like sometimes. Just keep in mind, everybody. Sometimes medical shit happens and it sucks.
And on that note.
Yeah. Speaking of...
Oh, sorry, sure. Go on.
Sorry.
Speaking of things that suck?
I was actually about to say, speaking of diabetes...
Oh, Lord. I know where this is going.
I just heard that Starbucks just announced a new Frappuccino. It's called a Strawberry Funnel Cake Frappuccino. It features strawberry puree and pieces of powdered funnel cake fried dough. All for the low cost of your foot.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Timely.
Oh.
I mean,
I'll admit that
God,
wasn't...
people. I thought McDonald's was bad. Although speaking of the vaccine, McDonald's is doing a pretty cool promotion. Their McCafes are coming out in cups now that have CDC and World Health Organization guidelines printed on them with things like for your region, for where you are. And this is really cool. They're actually getting them printed with vaccine locations and numbers you can call to find your vaccine location, and positive affirmative words to encourage you to go get the vaccine. Phrases like, "What are you worried about? You eat here."
Oh, God. When McDonald's is self-aware.
Well, and the last little thing I have today, I actually heard an amusing bit of information here. Apparently, a news organization, I think it was the New York Times, put together a list of all of Jeff Bezos' most ridiculous things that he's bought. On the top of the list, a comb.
Oh, God.
Well, on that note, never let it be said that our show is neither entertaining nor informative.
Or topical.
Or topical.
Or funny.
Yeah.
I got them to laugh.
It just is.
Welcome to the show, everyone. Trademark, Trainwreck. You know the spiel by now. We have the softcore material and then the hardcore material, and then we have music breaks somewhere in the middle. One of them's coming up just right now. We'll be right back in just a moment, folks, to get you started with your dumb news for the night. We'll be right back with Trademark's Trainwreck here on Celestia Radio, off Animal all the time. Except when it's diabetes.
Diabetes. I'm cannon in my balls.
Oh, God. These are the things we come back to after our music break, everybody. Welcome back to Trademark's Trainwreck, a show featured on Celestia Radio, all fandom all the time. We're just starting off good and proper with a good old-fashioned Florida story.
Of course.
Florida man.
No, not a man, no. Florida
Florida
woman.
thing.
No. Florida woman. Just, this is a real banger to start off with. I'm going to read you the headline, and I'm just going to see what happens. Bikini-clad Florida woman claims cops were called by someone, quote, jealous that her body looked good, end quote.
This is Florida, so depending on where, like if this is on Miami Beach, I can actually see that.
Yeah.
I can see like a high as fuck Karen looking at a girl who's like just fine as hell and then calls the cops.
Well, I don't think that this is a case of that actually happening, but let's
Not
take
with
a
that
look.
face.
Not with this face. That smug fucking face. Like, yeah, I know I'm hot shit. This comes to
Shit
us
being the operative word.
This comes to us from Ocala, Florida on, let me get the date, May 12th, 2021. A Florida woman arrested on a disorderly intoxication charge claims that the only reason the cops were called while she was at a hotel pool was that the manager saw her in a bikini and was, quote, jealous that her body looked good.
I'm going to take a guess here and say no, it was probably because your bikini was not big enough.
Or you were being a drunken twat.
Let's start
I was going with the easy one first.
Let's start peeling this onion, shall we? Records show the manager at the Country Inn and Suites spotted 42-year-old Melody Carr in her two-piece bathing suit at the hotel's pool on May 3rd. And since she didn't recall her ever checking into the hotel, she asked her for her room number. Yeah, there you go. Police said Carr became irate, refused to provide her room number, and stormed off. The manager said she wanted Carr trespassed, but when officers arrived, Carr was walking with a brown dog at a La Quinta Inn and Suites, which is located nearby. Carr became verbally aggressive, said the officer needed to leave her alone, and claimed that she wasn't doing anything wrong, but the manager at the hotel called cops on her because she was jealous that her body looked good. Carr claimed her boyfriend rented a room at the Country Inn and Suites, but they got into a fight, so she left, and she was only at the hotel because her car wasn't working. Records show officers told Carr she needed to move her car from the hotel because she was going to be trespassed and it would be towed. The officer watched as Carr jumped a fence to get to her white convertible Mustang and burned the tires as she pulled into a parking spot that was directly in front of the one she was in, but located on the property of a gas station. Police said the vehicle was stopped by the parking bumper because Carr couldn't brake fast enough. Oops. Carr then...
There go your front end parts.
Carr then went into the gas station to talk to the manager about keeping her car there until she could get it fixed, but when she was told she wasn't allowed, she got angry and left. The officer went to confront Carr after she got back into her car and noticed her breath smelled of alcohol. Gee, you think? This happened when she turned to yell, and thus she was placed in handcuffs. Police said Carr admitted to having one drink at 9 a.m. at the Country Inn and Suites, but she couldn't explain why she smelled of alcohol and why she was still visibly intoxicated.
What? Everybody has a whiskey with their coffee in the morning. Oh, wait, that's just my relatives.
That's just you.
Sorry.
Carr of...
It's not 1955 anymore, as much as the GOP wants it to be.
Carr of Denolan was arrested on a disorderly intoxication charge. Good Lord, you are a hot mess.
Seriously.
I'm going to take a stab and say that it was probably her boyfriend that called the cops.
Well, no,
The
I don't
manager?
think so.
Yeah,
It's the manager that
possibility.
called.
Well, I mean, she could have been fucking the manager.
Well, that too. But
So, Trade, where was this at again in Florida?
This was in Ocala, Florida. Why do you ask? You looking
I'm
for
just
a beach?
curious here. I'm looking something up. Okay, Ocala, Florida.
I'll look it up with you. There are no beaches nearby. It's in the middle of the state.
Yeah, it's in the middle of the state.
There we go.
So that's, yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, it's like, when you live in Florida and you want to go swimming, it's like, just go to the beach. But I was expecting her to be in, like, Palm Beach, Miami, Tampa, or hell, I'd even say Jacksonville or Daytona. But no, she's in the middle. Like, the closest water source next to her is
the pool.
Probably the swamp.
Which, it wouldn't surprise me to see some people actually swimming with the gators in there.
Yeah, they're the swamp folk.
That's another story. We just don't have that one yet.
No, not yet.
I'm sure it's coming. I'm sure it'll be here someday.
I just want to be a fly on the wall, just following this woman around and seeing what led to these events. Like, alcohol at 9 a.m. and fucking thinking that somehow you can sneak into a hotel pool without ever getting a room. And then just going on this, like, this incoherent rampage of, like, trying to dig yourself out of the hole that she has dug.
Friends, people, please do not give your Karen alcohol first thing in the morning. This is not a thing. It damages the Karen, and then it damages other things. Please do not give your Karens alcohol before noon.
Every day, 1 in every 5 Karens are subject
There we
to
go.
disorderly intoxication.
To be honest, I'm going to say I don't care. Let them die of liver failure.
Send your letters to...
Just... Oh, what is wrong with you, lady?
But my God, they were called because I was too hot. No, honey, you're not that good. I'm sorry, you're not. The people that get called on because they're too hot, okay, are the people that are like on Venice Beach in California. Okay, they're not here, and they're certainly not in the middle of the state at a La Quinta.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean, like, there are. It's like, that's why I thought, it's like, is she on Miami? Is she in Miami Beach?
Nope.
Middle bumfuck
Daytona?
nowhere.
Like, what the fuck?
Ironically, this whole story probably started because she was too hot. Because it's fucking Florida.
Florida sucks.
Man. Yeah. As the resident Florida man, I will agree with that statement.
No, you called yourself Florida man. Don't do that.
Don't do that. Call yourself a Floridian, at least. God.
Yes.
All right, fair enough.
We don't want the next story to be you.
Hey, I've kept my sanity so far, which is more than I can say.
Sanity's overrated.
Well, yes. Either way, I've more or less kept my sanity, which is more than I can say about our next Florida woman, because yes, it's a 2-for-1 special tonight.
We're getting a theme this week, aren't we?
Just a bit. I have recently heard a story from a podcast called Excuse Me, That's Illegal. Shameless plug. Oh boy. It's about this woman who wanted to relive her high school days and become a cheerleader and shit like that. Even though, she was a mother. And I never thought that I would ever see this type of story ever again. But here we are.
Oh, God.
And it's for the most petty of reasons. Florida woman posing as student goes to high school campus to promote her Instagram.
Where is it? I gotta find that GIF.
Oh boy. Well, while he finds it, let me read you the tagline. 28-year-old suspect was wearing backpack and carrying skateboard.
Hello, fellow teens.
Thank you.
That's what I was looking for.
Thank you so much. Okay.
Yes. That's exactly what I was looking for.
Yep. So this
how you do, fellow kids?
So this comes from Miami, where a Florida woman hungry for more followers on her Instagram page posed as a student and trespassed on a high school campus while classes were in session in order to promote her school social media presence.
Don't do this.
No,
this is
don't.
idiotic. Oh my god.
There are other ways to promote your Instagram accounts, most of which don't involve crime.
Well, here's the thing. When you go as an adult on a student campus, okay, what's the immediate thing that people think about these days?
Yeah.
Okay? Sadly, what is it? Okay, because you're going to get your butt handed to you, okay, because the first thing that's going to come up is we have an intruder, and everybody's going to go and do their door blocking routines, and you're going to disrupt the entire school.
Yeah, on top of that, like, you're going to look like a fool.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're going to look like an idiot.
How old is this woman? Mid-20s, you said?
Well, I was about to actually say, so if you'll allow me to continue.
Okay.
Records show that 28-year-old Audrey Nicole Francischini, Jesus Christ, that name. She went to American Senior High School in Hialeah around 8:30 a.m. on the Monday, the week of May 12th, 2021.
Monday, no less.
This was while students were on campus, obviously. She was wearing a backpack, had a skateboard in her hand, and was also carrying a painting so that she could blend in with students as she entered the campus. What student brings a fucking painting?
Okay, you might be taking a fine arts class, and they homework.
Oh,
And apparently
God.
she fucking skateboards from home with the painting. You know, something that every art student would never do for the risk of, crashing.
Well, okay, but whatever. Look, I remember my high school, my fellow high schoolers when I was actually in high school doing really stupid shit, okay? So it's not beyond the bounds of reality.
I'm just
for them.
saying,
No,
I'm just
still.
saying a student skateboarding while holding a fucking painting is something that you see in, like,
That's a TikTok
movie.
waiting to happen. That's a TikTok waiting to happen is what that is.
Yeah, that's
So-
something that it's a background character that's like in movies that really emphasize that high school's great. For all those kid movies.
Lady, you are not Drew Barrymore, and this is not your second coming of age movie, okay? You're not. Why are you trespassing on this place? Why are you? And on top of that, you mean, granted, she doesn't look like she's near her 30s, but she sure as hell doesn't look like she could pass for 16, 17, or 18.
No.
Yeah, I mean, come on, woman. You're a 28-year-old woman just flying into this high school. They're gonna make fun of you. You're gonna be a fucking like every single student there's gonna be like, this. What the fuck is this adult doing here?
We're all
Who's
going
this
to
person?
laugh at you.
Who is this fucking crazy bitch?
So, continuing on, when confronted by security the first time, implying that there was more than the first time, she claimed she was looking for the registration office, then walked off in that direction initially, but then continued through the hallways.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, here we go.
Terrible security. Terrible security.
Good security would have escorted her off the campus immediately instead of trying
Get the
to just
fuck-
No,
ask
good security would have called her bluff. Good security would
Yeah,
have
we'll
like,
take
"Don't
you to-
worry, I'll
Oh,
take
no,
you straight to registration.
Let's go there. Let's go there together. We'll show you the way. And if she'd run, fucking tased.
Mm-hmm. So investigators said they found Francischini talking to a group of she was
Again,
talking.
there we go.
Oh,
How you
yeah,
doing,
those
fellow
kids.
kids?
Those students were attempting to enter a classroom, and the investigators realized that she was handing the students flyers with her Instagram handle on them, telling them to follow her on social media.
Oh my god.
You
Jeez.
are a sad clown. Oh my god.
Fucking thing. My God.
So security again confronted Francischini, but she rushed off campus as a potential threat was called in to administrators. Police said she ignored their commands to stop, obviously. Records show authorities used surveillance footage of Franceschini filming herself on campus and the Instagram handle for the You're literally...
Yes, you left flyers there.
Oh, God.
So
that
they
just,
know
that just
who
makes it
you
all
are.
sweeter. That just makes it all the sweeter.
You're a fucking moron, lady. They were able to identify you and locate you at your home in North Miami Beach, man. Oh. So while at Miami-Dade School's police department headquarters, she offered to show officers the video she made while on campus.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Do you want to
show
see
them
this?
the evidence.
Yeah, seriously. Like, hey, you want to check out my Instagram? Check this out.
Oh, man.
Me creeping on
Wow.
some kids. This is me pretending to be a kid, but also creeping on a teacher. And this is me taking some awesome photos in front of the lockers.
This is me running from the security.
And this is me getting tackled by you an hour ago. Oh, Christ.
Oh, man.
She was arrested on charges of burglary, which I'll put a question mark on that one. She was also charged with interfering at an educational institution and resisting an officer without violence. Everything but the burglary, yes.
Yeah, I'm puzzled about that one, too, unless she walked off or something.
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, that one doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Oh, man. I said...
But my God, it just okay, well, we're just going to give out flyers so people can find me. Okay, yeah, think about that for half a brain cell.
Oh, my God. Just, again, I have to say, this woman is a sad fucking clown. Oh, man, just... What is it with people wanting to relive the glory days of high school, or in this case, advertising to high school kids? Like,
there were no glory days in high school, guys.
No.
Like, just really look back on your high school life. It
The past
sucked.
is always worse. The past is always worse. People don't learn this. The past is always worse.
Let the past die.
Correct. Let the past die.
This whole this like feeds into the whole concept of, like, and I don't mean to go too much into politics, but like the MAGA movement and like the good old days ideas by some older by the boomers. It's like the world you remember is not what it actually was, guys. It is not like that.
There were no good old days.
No,
There
weren't.
were no
They don't
good
exist.
old days.
Also,
The only thing we can strive for are better days than what we had before.
Correct.
Mhm.
So stop it.
Which is what we're doing
also-
our best to do now.
Also, if you want to advertise your Instagram page, fucking do it a different way. Like, I don't know, put it on your Facebook, share it with your friends, and tell your friends to share it with their friends, and vice versa.
Yeah, I mean, there are other ways to get popular than trying to pander to high schoolers.
Yeah, like, what Instagram page? I'm almost tempted to just look for her fucking page, but I don't know the name, and I'm not going to give her any attention. Because I'm just curious, what the fuck was it worth it? Was your Instagram page worth it to do this dumb shit? Moving on. Got another crazy lady for you, but it's not in Florida.
I smell a theme tonight.
Don't worry, it's probably not going to be consistent. Though I could be wrong.
When have we ever been consistent?
Yeah, this is the most inconsistent fucking show on the internet. But either way, we've got another fucking crazy woman who thinks she's on top of the world. Here's the headline. Theater manager sold Coke and popcorn. Doesn't sound bad at first.
Coke?
There you go. That's the question you should ask.
Yeah.
Did the theater manager sprinkle the popcorn with the Coke? I mean, is that how it worked?
Let's find out.
Hang on. Let me see if I can get my my best Alucard impression. Wait, are we talking cola or...
So this happened on May 6th, when the manager of a Minnesota movie theater sold cocaine hidden in a bag of popcorn to a police informant.
Oh dear God.
Yeah.
There you go.
Man. Okay, so I gotta say, ballsy. I will just say this right now until we get more info here. Ballsy move running a drug ring operation out of the movie theater you manage.
Yeah. Look at this mugshot. Look at this fucking mugshot of her going, yeah, I did it. Not do it again.
Wasn't, in all fairness, wasn't there a guy who ran like a pot shop out of a Taco Bell?
Yeah,
I
I
wouldn't
think
Yeah,
so. I remember
because
hearing about that.
because he had the sunny cans of pot that
Yeah.
that he was selling out of the Taco Bell. So this isn't the first time, but yeah, it is actually ballsy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a very fine line here to walk. I mean, you've got to have a lot of you've got to have some big goddamn ego to think that, oh, I could just sell drugs out of my fucking movie theater. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no problem.
So,
What could go wrong?
well, let's find out what went wrong.
Yeah.
This is Jamie Lynn Hineker, 39. She was named on May 5th in a criminal complaint charging her with narcotics sales. Hineker is the general manager of the four-screen Spotlight Theaters in Mankato, a city 80 miles from Minneapolis. If convicted of the felony drug count, Hineker faces a maximum 20-year prison term and a fine of up to $250,000.
Woo!
Hineker was a target of a Minnesota River Valley Drug Task Force probe. So says the probable cause affidavit. An investigator reported that he knew, quote, through previous investigations, end quote, that Hineker worked at a movie theater and, quote, the sale of cocaine typically took place behind the theater, in an alley, or at the theater in a popcorn container with popcorn, end quote. In a phone call with Hineker, a confidential informant last year arranged for the purchase of $100 worth of cocaine. After conducting the buy at the theater, which is in the Mankato Place Mall, the informant told cops that they, quote, entered the mall and Hineker put the cocaine in a popcorn bag. Popcorn was then placed in the bag. The informant turned the popcorn bag over to the police, who say the cocaine Hineker sold on July 21st weighed 0.406 grams. According to the court records, Hineker has previously been convicted of obstruction, theft, malicious punishment of a child, DWI, and drug possession.
Yep.
And this woman got to be general manager of a movie theater?
I'm really weirded by that child charge, because what do you do to get that? I mean,
Yeah.
I understand. I understand that some people would get that for like in the wrong area, where if they like used a belt on their child.
I'd rather not find
but
out.
This woman just doesn't strike me as the belt kind of person. That smells like it's something really sadistic.
I'd rather not
She
find out
probably-
on the recording, just in case YouTube has a
Yeah.
conniption fit. Please.
Yeah. Let's just.
Yeah. No. Let's move forward.
move
because I'm
forward.
sorry.
This woman.
So, yeah.
This woman is a ballsy motherfucker. Very ballsy and very crafty too, because I don't want to condone what she did, but that is actually somewhat smart.
Impressive.
You can't help but give her some props.
Yeah, I can't fault her on the logic, because I mean, when you really think about it, no one's gonna fucking plunge their hand into the bag of popcorn to find the drugs. But yeah,
Once again, I will refrain from telling people how to do this one properly.
Thank you.
In any case,
It's sorry, you first, Fanny.
you did ask how someone like that could become general manager.
Oh yeah.
Blowjobs?
Well, no. Well, yes, actually, yes, that's one way. But another way is, and I hate to say it, but in the corporate and retail sector and for customer service sector, and this is one of them. Let's see here. It comes down to two things. One, you some of the best workers are people who keep their private life as separate from work as possible. Obviously, she didn't quite manage one aspect of her private life, but it was enough, apparently, in this case, that she was able to do a really good job at work with no one suspecting any of the bullshit she was up to elsewhere. And so, boom, general manager.
Mm-hmm.
Do you really know your coworkers? That's what it comes down to.
Exactly. Yeah. It comes down to just that. Do you really know your coworkers? And big boss managers, do you really know your subordinates very well? Do you know your hirees that well?
And are the blowjobs that good?
And there's the Codemaster cameo in the background. But yeah, I could tell some stories about some managers that I've worked with. Most of them are secondhand experiences, but again, I don't want YouTube to have a conniption fit because some of these experiences are, some of them are, Let's just say one of my managers was a little proud to show what was on his phone to some of my coworkers.
I could always mention I used to work in fast food at a restaurant that is no longer in existence anymore. In fact, the whole chain is dead. It was actually an Arby's clone called Rax, R-A-X, and it had some very odd training materials, including a movie called Montgomery Jones and the Temple of Rax, which tells you exactly how long ago I worked in fast food.
Jesus.
But we had a manager. I don't remember her name. She was the tall, skinny, close cropped, bowl cut girl. Okay, that is always like imagine like a dark haired Karen who's a manager.
Oh,
so she would she'd get in the morning. She'd be kind of okay. And then she'd get tired and she would go into her office, which was a tiny closet, close the door, come out like about 15 minutes later, okay, and it would be like somebody, charged her full of bees, okay, but also chaos bees, okay, so she was incoherent.
So
okay,
Africanized bees that had like hive disease.
Correct. She would come out and she would give conflicting orders. Okay. Okay, make fries. Okay, why are you making fries? You need to mop this. Okay, I'm mopping this. Well, why aren't you doing the window? Because you told me to mop. Why aren't you making fries? Okay, and
what do you want, woman?
Yeah, pick one. And I lasted about a week there, maybe 2, I think, before I said fuck this.
Yeah.
So, but yes, we were like 99% sure that she went in there with a bag of powder and came out with no bag of powder. She was just that kind of person.
I want that as a t-shirt, by the way. I want fucking chaos bees to become a thing. Someone draw like a bee fucking like coked out of its mind, like not even like, don't make it look like a honeybee. Make it look like a fucking like toxic rainbow bee. Just go nuts, go ham with the fucking design and make that a fucking t-shirt. Chaos bees, make it.
Chaos bees, I love it.
Oh, fantastic.
Right. Anyway.
But yeah, that's yeah.
Speaking of the restaurant industry, one last article for our softcore material, and oh boy, the jokes just write themselves. I'm just gonna say the headline. Here we go. Dead collectors attacked restaurant with cockroaches. They did not know cops were eating there. Whoops.
Oh, you mean the mob.
Well, this was a Taiwanese restaurant, so I don't know. Maybe.
I'm thinking to myself, wow, that's an RPG gaming scenario I've never considered doing.
This does sound like...
you guys don't understand. Like, yeah, it could have been in Taiwan, but I guarantee you this is like an organized crime racket. So go ahead, Trade. Let's hear this article.
Yeah, let's hear this one out.
This is another one that happened on May 6, 2021, when a gang of debt collectors were arrested in Taiwan's capital city for unleashing hundreds of cockroaches at a restaurant to intimidate its owner, just as
Yeah,
police
there we
were
go.
throwing a dinner party there.
Whoops.
Whoopsie. There is actually a YouTube video on this. I can't tell you the title because it's all in Taiwanese. The bug barrage took place on that Monday evening. Surveillance camera footage shows two men running away from the restaurant, leaving what appeared to be hundreds of cockroaches at the reception. To the assailants' surprise, the restaurant was hosting a 700 guest police banquet at the time they released the insects.
Holy crap.
Holy crap indeed! Taipei's police chief, Chen Zhixiang, I apologize profusely if I mispronounce that. He said he arrived at the restaurant right after the attack and was puzzled by all the cockroaches on the floor. And I can confirm, I'm looking at the YouTube video right now.
Yeah, I'm watching the video right now. It's a little horrific seeing them all just kind of scuttling around.
I think I'm gonna skip that video this time.
Yeah, skip that if you don't like bugs. Like, there's nothing explicit. The video's like 18 seconds long, but holy crap. Just all these people panicking and stomping on the cockroaches. Oh, they're gathered in some place.
Was that your auntie? Oh, sorry.
One of Will Smith's most famous movies that probably probably most Gen Z kids don't even know about these days.
Mm-hmm. Anywho, police arrested 5 people the next day after investigating overnight. So said the police at a press conference on Wednesday. 2 of the men arrested were responsible for releasing the cockroaches, while the other 2 men and an underage woman were in charge of filming and driving. Filming?
Oh yeah, because
If this is an organized crime racket, you've got to like, say, send this to corporate headquarters or send this to the boss, being like, see, look at this. It would be a shame if this got released to the public. Or got released all over the place. I mean,
right,
your tourism would just dry up.
Yeah, or if the person has already pissed them off enough, then that's an immediate thing to send to corporate or release to the public.
Or to the public. This is essential. This is a shakedown. This is all it is.
Yeah.
Yep. This is exactly the same as the mob going through
going to a store and saying it'd be a shame if someone were to break out these windows. Crack.
Yeah, crack. Yeah, it's like you didn't pay your protection money on time. Looks like all your knickknacks are gonna have to get damaged, and it just shatters it.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is exactly how organized crime rackets work everywhere. Doesn't have to be Taiwan or the States.
They are everywhere.
Fun fact: this actually doesn't work out all the time for the bad guy.
No,
my grandmother had this threat on her farm long time before I was born, and she hit him with a shovel, and they buried him out in the back of the farm, and my uncles got rid of the car. This was the 1940s, so 1940s, early 1950s. So this is long past any statute, and she's dead anyway. So
okay,
yeah, he came up, was a member of the Black Hand, and he said, "Nice kids, nice family."
Wait! Your grandmother was from was from Serbia?
Not Serbia. My grandfather on that side was from Sicily.
Yeah, this is Italian.
This is Italian.
Okay, because when you say the Black Hand, I'm like, that's the group that like killed Francis Duke Ferdinand.
That was correct, but that was before they started doing things in other countries.
Yeah, I completely...
the Black Hand covers a great deal over a long time period. I don't think they exist much anymore, but
even so, Greymane, I think now would be probably a good time to stop. Otherwise, somebody might be listening, and
it's so far along and it's so far ago that even if they did dig it up, it's long since any actionable status. And they want to bug me about that. Fine, I'll deal with them.
I completely
here it's Listener Radio. Do not condone covering up evidence.
Yeah.
No, we do not.
I'd completely
And
forgot
how?
about
No,
that
and it's
story.
very true. It's very true. That's why most organized crime groups only go after targets they know they can actually make a buck on.
Yeah.
Correct.
Anywho, getting back to the article proper, this is a quote from the head of the Zhongshan Police Department in Taipei. They did not know who was attending the banquet, so they regretted it a lot. They have said things.
Oh shit!
They have said things like,
Really?
"We are doomed, and now it's messed up."
Gee, you think?
Understatement of
I
the
think
year.
there's some. I think there's some contextual like there's some localization like translations missing there.
Here's the
We're
issue I
bones.
have.
We're bones.
Okay, here's the issue I have. Okay, first of all, were there any police cars parked there? Okay, because
Greymane.
900. What is it? 800?
700. 700.
700 cops.
700 cops. Okay, there's got to be at least one police car in that
A
mess.
squad
So,
car there.
yeah,
I
one
know they
squad-
might all have been off duty.
Maybe. Like, if there wasn't a video of the cockroaches, I would have doubted this video, or this article, rather. And I'm half tempted to say that maybe this is fake, so if it turns out that it is in the future, whoopsie poopsie. But,
Well, yeah. Also, the fact that this is Taiwan, so it's entirely possible they all could have been beat foot cops.
maybe.
Because of the way that that's done. So I don't know. It's really
Anyway.
weird.
To wrap up the article, police said the gang were hired by another accomplice who remained at large to demand the restaurant return more than 15 million new Taiwan dollars, or $540 in debt. $540,000 in debt. Sorry. They bought 3 bags of cockroaches from an aquarium. Huh? An aquarium?
You feed lizard.
Yeah.
Some
You
fish.
feed
lizards.
Okay.
Some fish and lizards do eat them.
Right, that costed about $360, but one bag broke on the way and the insects got out prematurely. The 4... this gets better.
Ew.
And the 4 adult suspects accused of using violence and threats to coerce others were brought to the court on Thursday morning. 3 of them were released on bail while one has been reprimanded.
Yep.
Oh boy, just...
Oh, and just to correct you, Trey, it's not reprimanded, it's remanded. Remanded to custody.
No, I see the article here and it says reprimanded. So maybe it's a typo on the article's part.
Let's
It
see.
must be.
Or maybe they just reprimanded like the person who was underage and said, "Don't do this again."
Yeah.
Oh
maybe.
yeah, it could have been an underager.
Yeah.
Still though, holy shit, that's hilarious. Let's
Yeah.
release a bunch of cockroaches to get them to like, pay us money?
I
Yeah,
don't
this
know.
this
Like,
business
only
plan
for-
did not have a lot of thinking in it.
No one double checked to think. Maybe we didn't think this through.
This is why we case the joint.
Exactly.
Hey! That's telling people what to do right. Don't
they
do
do.
that.
They do this shit in fucking Ocean's 11. Everyone knows
Or-
to case the joint.
Oh, okay. When Ocean's 11 does it, it's okay. But when I say something about it, it's
Case the
horrible.
joint or put a plant in there to keep an eye on things from the inside.
Oh, just a parade of fucking stupidity. And it's not over yet, but we are going to take a break for just a moment. Oh, just a...
Actually, okay. You really want this one? Fine.
Oh,
What you
no.
need is a time release cage. They sell them. They are meant to catch and release animals, okay? But they do have critters, but they do have a time release. What you do is you place thick plastic on the inside of that time release cage, fill it with cockroaches, set the timer, and leave it in the back room of the building.
That's where we leave.
There you go.
And that's where we leave off. We'll be right back with the hardcore material on Trademark's Trainwreck, a show featured on Celestia Radio, fan all the time. Except when it's Chaos Bees!
All I'm saying is Al Capone offers you a house and you can't go in the basement. Don't take it.
Yeah, that's a good sound advice.
Yep.
For anyone in hell right now.
Welcome back, folks, to Trademark's Trainwreck, a show featured on Celestia Radio, all fandom, all the time. It's time to start the hardcore material because, yes, we still have more news to discuss.
Yeah, so much more. Oh, real quick, Trade. I do have a piece that personally happened to me, and I didn't think it was good enough. I thought it was a little too much for just the softcore material. So this is a little on the hardcore material for me.
Okay.
So I get off work today. For those of you who do not know, I will not tell you where I live or who I work for, but I work for my county's Superior Courthouse. I am a bailiff.
He's in Saskatchewan.
I'm also studying criminal justice. So I have a pretty good finger on the pulse of the goings-on of the legal and illegal activities in my county. This surprised the hell out of me when I walked home today from work and opened my mailbox. I got a police department notification of a sex offender in my area.
Yes.
Gentleman here is age 43, male, obviously white, 5'10", weight 160. Damn, he's skinny. Convicted of assault in the third degree, sexually motivated, and 2 counts of failing to register as such. I looked up the address. He is literally half a block from me, staying at the local homeless shelter mission.
Yikes.
Okay.
So, that's a fun thing to get in the mail when you get off of work.
The surprises that
Yay.
life gives, yeah. Well,
and to be honest, I doubt he's gonna stay there. I honestly think if I went over there and tried to look him up or something, I wouldn't be able to find him because no one there's nothing that keeps people staying at that shelter. There's whatever, I'm gonna do what I want.
Yep.
The only thing that mission does well. I mean, if he comes in drunk, they'll say, "Well, you're kicked out, dude, and your stuff is forfeit." That's the only thing they do, but they don't ever stop you from getting drunk. So, anyway, so that's my little bit of crappy news I got today.
Speaking of men saying, "Fuck you, I do what I want," I've got an interesting case here for you. Once again from Florida, Orlando of all places.
Another Florida.
Yep, of
Florida
course.
Florida man. Why do you do this, Florida man?
I have no idea. This happened May 11th. Orlando police arrest man recorded snatching baby swans from nest at Lake Eola.
Do you have a death wish?
Oh my god.
Dazzling fucking bird!
Yeah.
Oh my god. All right.
Let's just take a look. Let's just take this one step at a time.
Yeah.
So, Orlando police detectives arrested a man accused of taking 2 baby swans from their nests at Lake Eola Park. The theft of the cygnets, or however you say that word, or newly hatched swans, was recorded by bystanders Sunday, who later reported the incident to Orlando police. At the time, the man who took the young waterfowl told people watching he was rescuing the babies from wildlife that could potentially eat them. Frank Howard, one of those bystanders, shared the video with local news. In the video, a man with a red cooler can be heard telling Howard and his girlfriend he is with a, quote, Lake Eola Park rescue and the babies will be dead tomorrow if he doesn't take them.
Oh, good lord.
Jesus Christ, what an idiot.
He was seen on video batting away the angry mother and father swans as he scooped up the fluffy baby swans and dropped them into the cooler.
Oh my god!
Mm-hmm.
He really does have a death wish!
Yes.
There are less painful and quieter ways to commit suicide, my man.
He reached down and grabbed one, and the mom started going crazy, and he hit the mom with the cooler, Howard said. He was saying,
God.
yeah, we rescue them all the time. I've done this many times. Look at my arms. Look at my arms. They're all scratched up from the fathers attacking me.
Take them away from their parents.
Duh.
Needle marks? Maybe you've got track marks on your arms,
Yeah,
but I don't
I
think
mean,
you're doing it because you're
this
rescuing
sounds like
Swan.
this sounds like the logic of a heroin addict.
It's just,
Well, let's take a look. Maybe we'll discover if he's a heroin addict or not. Orlando police recovered the baby swans Monday evening. Both of the waterfowl appear to be doing well. According to Orlando Commissioner Patty Sheehan, they'll be reunited with their parents soon. Richard Harger Sr., 71, is facing charges of third-degree grand theft, according to an arrest warrant signed by Judge Chad Alvaro on Monday. His bond was set at $1,000. Harger is currently being held at the Orange County Jail. According to the warrant, detectives were able to identify Harger as the person who took the waterfowl after a bystander shared a photo he took of the red Jeep Harger was seen in while leaving Lake Eola Park. The photo captured the vehicle's tags, thus leading detectives to Harger. Detectives who went to the 71-year-old's home, where they found a sign outside the front gate that read, "For da birds," the number 4, D-A, birds. Detectives said they called Harger and he agreed to speak with them near the gate of his property. Harger told detectives he took the baby swans, quote, because he thought they were going to get hurt. Harger then went inside and brought out a laundry basket with the 2 waterfowl inside and gave them to detectives. According to the warrant, Harger said he has not taken swans or other birds from Lake Eola Park before, and he apologized. Orlando police said...
All right, now
too late.
Sorry, finish straight.
Just real quick, just some last-minute details. Orlando police said Harger has also been trespassed from all Orlando city parks. Harger said he has 200 other birds at his home, which includes ducks and parrots. You were saying,
Okay,
Sherlock?
so I think
That's
think
called
this-
a collector.
Yeah, I think I think that I don't think this is now a drug related issue. I think this might be an Alzheimer's related issue or dementia related issue.
Possibly.
Some sort of mental issue, because nobody
Yeah.
takes the birds away from existing parents on a live basis. I mean, if the parents are dead, that's one thing, okay? But he's batting them off with a cooler, okay?
Yeah, it's just
So-
kind of like, why, my man? I mean, you're a 71-year-old man and you've got like this thing for collecting birds, but why on earth would you subject yourself to that kind of torment? Geese! Those
Yeah,
are
geese-
evil motherfuckers!
Geese are bad enough. Swans are worse.
Swans are
Yeah,
worse.
swans, I should say.
Worse.
Yeah, swans. They're god fucking awful.
Swans are absolute. Swans, they may look beautiful, but they are absolute demon birds. You do not want them to be pissed with you.
Yeah,
They're
You-
terrifying, evil creatures.
I've
You want
never-
a guard dog in your house, okay? You want a guard dog? Get a swan.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I've
If
never
you can train it to not attack you.
Yeah, I've never personally been face to face with a swan, but any bird that has the ability to hiss is demon bird. That is a demon in bird form.
I will not disagree.
No bird
Yeah,
should
no,
have the
seriously.
ability to hiss.
They don't. They should not. Then yet they do. They
Yeah,
do.
Yet they can.
swans
I
are.
swear to God, the
just-
only worse bird out there that's not like a direct predator, is the Canadian goose.
Oh boy.
Because those fuckers are not only violent, they're also suicidal, because they don't care if you're an apex predator with a weapon. They'll just run up and start attacking you because fuck it, I'm bored.
Mm.
I'm laughing a little bit here because I watch a guy that does stealth camping in Canada, and he's like every time the geese come over, okay, because he's had run-ins with them, he like inches himself under something and away from them, because He's had such a hard
Fuck
time with them.
geese. Oh my god, geese and swans are like the evil asshole psychopath cousins to the ducks. Like, ducks are bad enough. They're like douche bros, frat douche bros, but like geese and swans are like the attractive looking cousins that are straight sociopaths.
Yep.
Mhm.
Like the movie American Psycho. That's a swan. Very graceful, very attractive looking, but will fuck you up if you're not careful.
Just, I cannot wrap my mind around this guy and his.
Yeah,
fucking
there's a
motivation.
mental problem here. I don't know what it is, but there's a mental problem here.
Yeah,
Gotta
it's
be.
either a hoarding thing that he really just wants to hoard waterfowl,
Want all the birds.
or birds of some kind, or like he's suffering from some type of dementia. It's
Maybe.
really strange. I mean, I honestly, it sounds like the way he did it, he does honestly believe the logic in what he was doing, and that kind of strikes me as that's
Mental.
yeah.
Speaking of mental,
I hope he gets some help.
here's hoping. But speaking of mental, recently we had Mother's Day.
I hope you all called your moms.
I did.
Yeah,
My mom's gone.
We know, Fanny. I'm
we know.
sorry.
That is sad.
Although I did still get her a card. Also
That's
today would have been her 67th birthday.
That's a lesson from a Trademark's Trainwreck. Call your mother, even on an average day, because you never know what could happen.
I will also point out that if your mom is shit, okay, and you know it, and it's detrimental to you to talk to her, don't do it.
You are
You
free
can-
to
it's-
ignore her.
You are free to not say anything to her.
Conversely, mothers, if being in contact with your son and the family that he's creating is detrimental to your health, kick him the fuck out, because you might end up in this sort of situation.
Oh.
Woman shocked by her son on Mother's Day.
Shocked.
Here's the
Okay.
Here's the tagline. Man, 22, tased parent on her special day.
Oh my god.
And the award for going to hell, the quickest, goes to... This happened on May the 10th. The most shocking Mother's Day gift this year was the handiwork of a Wisconsin man. Everybody boo.
Boo.
Oh, of course.
Fucking dad joke puns headline news.
Oh, like
God.
you have any room to talk about
He's
that.
booing it. He's booing because he didn't think of it first.
Hey, my jokes actually got you guys to laugh.
Yes.
Fair
we'll
enough.
admit that. Fair enough.
So, during a disturbance on May 9th, a 43-year-old woman was tased in the neck by her son, who
Ooh.
was upset, quote, because he could not find his phone.
What is this guy, 12?
22, actually.
We're back to the McChicken sandwich mentality.
How did we get here? Investigators say that Andrew Peterson tased his mother in her home in Lone Rock, a village about 45 miles west of Madison. After the tasing, Peterson... Did I say Patterson? It's Peterson, sorry. Peterson left the residence with his 20-year-old girlfriend and the couple's young child.
Oh,
Young,
winner,
like-
winner, loser dinner.
Mm-hmm.
How young are we talking here for this poor kid?
Oh, God.
Doesn't say. Probably for the best.
Yeah.
Either way, the kid had to be born close to underage, as far as the mom was concerned.
So, police subsequently located Peterson, who reportedly, quote, admitted to using an electronic weapon on his mother on Mother's Day, end quote. Peterson's girlfriend, Colleen Parker, who was also arrested for allegedly punching Peterson's mother in the face during a confrontation on Thursday.
People?
Yeah, what is wrong with you two? Apparently, these two had been living in the victim's home for the past several months. They have since been booked into the Richland County Jail. Parker was charged with battery and disorderly conduct. Peterson was charged with battery, disorderly conduct, possession of an electronic weapon, and bail jumping in connection with a separate domestic battery case pending in Iowa County. Peterson's rap sheet includes prior convictions for DUI, possession of drug paraphernalia, and trespassing. So this guy is a fucking winner.
Okay, you know what? My wife and I, Mrs. Greymane and I, lived with my mom for 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
6 years, okay? And if you are an adult with a wife living in your mom's house, okay, you will understand totally, okay, why this is not something you should do, all right? Not once did I punch, kick, or tase my mother, okay?
Oh.
This is pure psychotic behavior. It's just, oh my god.
Yeah, trust me. I had anger issues, but that was when I was a kid. And I have since taken many courses in my elementary school days on how to control my anger. Now, granted, generally, I am an easily stressed, easily anxious person. But
No.
yeah, I know. Big
Yeah.
fucking shock. Big fucking shock here on the Trainwreck, guys. But here's the thing. I know that violence is not the answer, especially on, my progenitor. Not to the person who gave birth to me. Like, oh, fucking Christ, just...
Even if you're in a situation, okay, where your mom is really abusing you, okay, even if that's the case, all right, there is always an option to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
There really is.
Always. There really is. Okay? And those options don't include tasing and punching. Okay?
No.
They include a door. If she's preventing you from leaving through the door, that's a call to the police department. Okay?
Because that classifies as a abduction.
Correct.
Kidnapping, depending.
Absolutely. But this is just, oh my god! I can't even process this because I've been exactly where they've been, okay, and we would never have been able to process that either, okay.
No,
I just don't get it.
Let's go back for a second. What incurred the Lightning Wizard's wrath? I can't find my phone. So
I have a feeling there was some alcohol involved as well.
There's got to be. I mean, his prior convictions were DUI and drug paraphernalia related, so there's a good possibility.
They found my bong.
This guy's a fucking loser. Not for living with his mother, but for treating her so fucking badly.
I will say this. Living in the state of Wisconsin, if there is any family, okay, that has any sort of inkling about what he did, okay, he's going to be pretty fucked up and probably somewhere in the next 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he'll either fall down repeatedly, okay, or something else will happen to him, okay, because Wisconsin is one of those states where the family thing, okay, is almost like being in like the mafia, okay? You ruin one person out of the family, you ruin one person out of the family, and you get the rest of the family showing up, and yeah, you forfeited a lot of rights at that point, as far as they're concerned. So expect this man to have an accident.
I also want to point out here that the this is just me being pedantic, but this is not a taser because
it's a stun gun.
A pain-inducing electrical device. Because if this poor woman was actually tased, holy shit, that would have gotten like those little barbed needles into her neck.
Yeah,
right, and that's why I was like a gasp, because where he did it is just as bad as the fact he did it. Okay, because you're putting granted it's a low current, okay, because of how those things work, but you're still putting a high voltage across the spinal column, Okay.
Yeah, low amps, high volts. It's again pain-inducing electrical device, and it's horrible.
Fucking. What else can we say? But this is fucking stupid.
Where do these people come from? I don't like certain things about the Wisconsin culture. Okay, I don't. All right, but
Any Wisconsinites listening, please send all your complaints to.
yes, feel free to send me all your hate mail. But yeah, send it to West 4th Street in Racine. Anyway, but even with all the hyper machoism, okay, that Wisconsin seems to be full of, okay, you still don't do this to family. Okay, this is just a non-starter. So for this person to do this particular action, okay, is such a shock even within that culture that this man has to be 100% about the worst thing, pretty close to come out of whatever close area he is.
Did you
Okay,
really have
because
to use the word
you just
shock?
don't. I'll put a penny in the jar. I didn't realize I used that word. But you know what I mean, though. I mean, he has to be extra specially bad in this case, and it's just like I don't even know how to process that.
Although Gray, I do appreciate the thing. It's like it's like Wisconsin, their whole macho thing, and I just keep thinking to myself, it's like, yeah, where does that come from? I mean, guys, you're from Wisconsin.
Yeah, that's
How macho is that? It's not like you're from New York.
It's based in the hunter.
Chicago.
It's based in the hunter mentality. Okay, it's the best I can tell. It's the I'm a master hunter and I can shoot these and I can skin this and I can do that and I can build my own house if I want to and yada yada yada. So it's the mountain man-ish kind of thing. Is it remotely true for most of them? Fuck no.
No.
They're all fucking fat butterballs drinking their fucking beer. And yes, I'll take the letters.
I actually have. It's really funny, the whole hunter and like I can skin an animal mentality. I've got a friend who's Native American, and every Thanksgiving he goes back to his family on the res, and they have a sheep, mutton. And I got invited one time, and they they butchered a sheep right there. I was like, ooh, it's a very fresh mutton. So I was like, do you guys need any help? And his uncle was like, no, don't worry about it. I got it. He literally, they killed it. He literally strung it up, bled it out, and gutted it in the time it took us to make a pot of coffee.
Whoa.
Yep.
That's
similar
impressive.
that's similar to deer in Wisconsin. Okay.
It's grotesque, but that's impressive. Anywho,
Yeah,
getting
so I'm
in
looking at all these Wisconsinites and being like, step up your game, bro.
Getting in the weeds, though. Getting in the weeds.
Yeah, I mean, weeds notwithstanding. I mean, this is, stuff doesn't come from the supermarket, people. That's all I'll say about it. So,
moving right along.
Moving right along.
We got one last story from Florida, and
in a Florida night.
Man, when a person's patience wears thin, sometimes it really shows.
Somebody didn't get their McNuggets in time again, didn't they?
No. Mims man caught trying to ram truck into Amazon delivery.
Wow, okay.
I want you to look at this mugshot. Look at this mugshot. He's got that look on his face like, who are you people?
It's meth Santa.
The chemtrails. The chemtrails are killing us all.
He does kind of look like an ancient Alex Jones. Like homeless Alex Jones.
Yeah, homeless Alex Jones. There we go.
Yeah, homeless oh my god, homeless Alex Jones. After he put on like 30 pounds of sheer fat.
Yeah, after drinking all those fucking protein shakes that come with fucking chicken bones and whatnot. Anywho, this happened on May 10th, 2021 in Brevard County, Florida. Woo!
Where have I heard that county before? I don't know.
A man was arrested Saturday after deputies said he tried to ram his pickup truck into an Amazon delivery driver who refused to deliver a package. William Ulbrich, 61, was arrested on U.S. Highway 1. According to the arrest report, a deputy recorded Ulbrich on his dash cam trying to ram his 2000 Toyota, his pickup, into the side of an Amazon delivery truck. The deputy said he saw the man from Mims drive into the grassy median to hit the side of the Amazon truck. Investigators said it started when the delivery driver refused to deliver a package to Ulbrich's home, citing certain company protocols and procedures. Ulbrich became angry, later telling the deputy that the package contained needed medical equipment, according to the report. The man called the victim a stupid motherfucker, and then started to chase the driver in his pickup. According to the arrest report, Ulbrich denied trying to ram the Amazon vehicle, but added that if he wanted to, he would have. Ulbrich faces charges of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon without intent to kill and reckless driving.
Oh boy.
Things to
I'm kind of
dissect.
wondering what the policy was that he was supposedly not able to do it. I mean, did it require somebody's particular signature? Because that is a thing. I mean, especially if it's
that is a
product.
thing.
But still, you don't go off the rails. You immediately pick up the phone and call Amazon. Yes, there's a number for Amazon out there, people. Go look it up.
I mean, don't do the drivers this way. The drivers get treated like shit.
Yeah.
They're
They
pissing in a
will.
bottle in their van. Okay, that's how they live their life. Okay, so don't do this.
Don't treat them like shit. Don't treat them like garbage. Don't give them disrespect. Please. Please.
I mean, if it's a needed medical object, okay, then what you could probably do is tell the driver, hey, I have to have this, call your supervisor. Okay, and if they refuse to do that, and it is a medical object that you will die without, okay, then you call the police, okay? And I don't like doing that, okay, because that involves an entity which shouldn't be involved in the transaction. All right? But if you're going to die without the device, you don't have a choice. You have to do something. Okay?
Yeah.
But still, also, why you at a point where your needed medical devices coming from Amazon?
Yeah, that's really confusing. I have a friend who has to have like medical devices, and he just has them delivered straight to his home, not
Right.
in like in bulk, not through
Right.
Amazon either.
Yeah, I don't trust mail-in meds, okay, especially since I get like 90-day supplies of insulin, which could disappear in the mail and not show up, okay, because of the stupidity of the price that is insulin. But Amazon is not something. Geez, I'm having a problem with this even because it was only just recently that Amazon opened like a deliverable pharmacy thing through like Amazon Prime or Amazon Prime Pharmacy or whatever the hell it's called. Okay, that's actually a really super recent thing, like literally within the last month. So what the hell are you getting that requires life or death? I mean, this makes no sense.
It doesn't. That's why I'm going to conclude that this guy was probably high as fuck.
Probably.
There you go.
I'm also trying to look up what would constitute this driver not wanting to actually deliver this package. I'm actually
A known signature. Known signature is almost certainly it.
Probably. There's also a lot of other conditions, like maybe the package was damaged in transit or the address was illegible, which probably not apply to this case.
It's there are very few, given what Amazon does deliver, okay, some things that require a signature, all right, but they deliver them anyway. Given what they do deliver, I'm thinking the only thing that could possibly be is like a failure in authentication as to the receiver of the package. Okay, he failed some check that they have to follow. And the driver said, "Nope, you failed that. I've got to retry the package delivery later." So, but my God, this is just really
So stupid.
it's so stupid. I mean, why are you trusting the Super Yacht Man's company to deliver your medical devices? Don't do that.
Don't get me started on that. Oh my God.
You heard about that, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about Super Yacht Man that, hey, we put a yacht in your yacht so you could yacht.
Anywho, we have one last article. And speaking of fucking mental issues, I have been tempted by this article. This article has been daring me to discuss it, but I hesitated because I was just like, people could have died in this scenario, and thank God nobody did. Because holy fuck.
Let's hope it's not like... Yeah,
To
let's hope it's not
reiterate,
like...
everyone's fine?
Yeah, everyone's fine. Physically. For the most part.
Let's just hope it's not like what happened last week. Because I don't think I've heard you get that pissed off on the Trainwreck.
No. I made a vow last week not to talk about any more stupid ass COVID stuff. I'm done getting on the soapbox for now. I think we all need a break from that. Let's instead look at fucking this. Woman allegedly sat in lawn chair watching fire she set at inhabited house.
Oh my God.
What?
Look at these pictures. Look at them. Woman literally pulls up a lawn chair and a book and just sits down and goes dum-de-dum-de-dum.
Well, Disaster Girl hasn't aged well.
Okay, to reiterate, everyone's fine, question mark, and let's read.
We're going to assume that everyone is okay. We are going to make that assumption.
Yeah, because otherwise I would not be talking about this. I did my research. This happened on the May the 3rd, 2021. A Maryland woman has been charged with attempted murder after allegedly setting her home on fire while someone was occupying the basement. After setting the blaze, she reportedly sat in a lawn chair and watched the house burn down.
Some people just want to watch the world burn.
Uh-huh.
Was it a giant spider? Was in the basement? Because I'll understand that.
Oh okay. No, it was not.
There you go.
Police identified 47-year-old Gail Medwally as the main suspect in Elkton. Future trade. Police identified 47-year-old Gail Medwally as the main suspect in Elkton, Maryland crime. The Elkton, Maryland crime. God, I'm an idiot. Medwally allegedly set fire to several items inside the house before proceeding to sit and watch the blaze from her front lawn. We have a clip on Twitter which features footage of the fire as it progresses from reasonably contained to a full-blown inferno, because yeah, that house is fucking gone, dude. It's unclear who precisely filmed the video, which features two off-camera witnesses narrating the scene. I have seen that video. It's basically a guy going, "She's just fucking lit the trash can on fire and dumped it in the fucking living room," so says a voice off camera. "This is not happening right now," he continues, zooming in on flames flickering through the house's open front door. He then focuses the camera on a woman who appears to sit in a lawn chair watching the fire. "I cannot actually believe it. She's just sitting there chilling, watching the house go up in flames." The fire becomes increasingly out of control and smoke pours out of the house's windows. In a terrifying twist, it's revealed that someone is actually still trapped in the house. A witness runs and helps pull a woman out of the burning home from a ground-level window. Finally, the entire front porch of the house is seen engulfed in a fiery mass, while sirens are heard wailing in the distance. The woman who was inside the house at the time of the fire is 52-year-old Blenda Holbrook. Her sister, Pat Bernal, told the news that someone had thrown a trash can down the stairs, blocking her exit out of the building. She almost burned to death in that house, and I'm just really thankful she's okay, Bernal said. She added that the fire burned and singed Holbrook's hair. Senior Deputy State Fire Marshal Oliver Alkire spoke on the incident, noting that, quote, the 911 caller stated that the suspect actually went inside the house, set multiple fires inside the house. He added, she then exited the house and then proceeded to sit on a lawn chair where she actually watched the fire spread throughout the house. Here's the clincher.
Good God.
Here's the clincher.
Oh, boy.
Bernal said Metwally suffers from mental health issues and was renting a room in the house with her boyfriend. There were reportedly other behavioral issues involving Metwally before this incident. A total of four people, including Metwally and Holbrook, reportedly lived in the home. The other two were said to not be home at the time of the fire, thank God. Metwally now faces multiple arson-related charges, including attempted murder.
That was
So-
more than my trash can.
Okay, so if she suffers from mental health issues, definitely going to have a Rule 11 evaluation. More than likely, she's probably going to be found not competent if she's suffering from dementia of any kind.
And if she's not, then it's possible that she's just and it's possible that, one, it's possible that if she does suffer from mental health issues, she's probably off her meds if she's medicated at all. And even if she was off her meds at the time and she could be found competent enough to stand trial later, there's got to be something else going on here other than just, she's mentally ill and she just flipped one day. Honestly, this sounds like someone who this especially with multiple people living in that house and her living there with the boyfriend, I think this was done on purpose. Especially since she literally put the trash can in the way of what she knew to be somebody's only exit out of the house. I'm going to theorize it right here. I could be wrong. This is only allegedly. Don't come for me. But I theorize that she probably had some jealousy or beef with the woman who she left trapped in the house. Possibly in her state, she might have imagined that her boyfriend could be cheating on her with this lady. That's one theory. Or she could have imagined a slight with this lady, or she could just be paranoid or whatever. But in this moment, she just decided, screw her and screw everything else, and just decided to burn it down.
Yeah,
I think this was deliberate.
One, kudos to the person who pulled the other lady out of the house.
Indeed, that was very
Okay.
brave of them.
Yeah,
very
thank
Extra
God.
points to that person for doing that, because that actually is really dangerous. Okay, because of the way houses burn.
Yeah.
But I'm having a. Oh,
You're having an
man.
overdose of stupid, aren't you?
We all are, honestly.
One, kudos to the person for pulling it out, but also, in a strange way, I've got to go big or go home as far as this woman is concerned.
Oh my God.
Okay. She just
Whatever her
burned it
reason-
all, and I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna watch it. And whether that's a mental health issue or just a vindictive bastard issue, it's still go big or go home. So
It
you
is.
know.
It is. It is. It is an interesting. It is absolutely shocking and interesting, and just dumbfounding that this is what she decided to do. Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm just shocked. And as you said, at least nobody else was home, and at least everyone who was there is safe.
Yeah, just thank God. Man.
Jeez.
What are you laughing
Perfect.
We're gonna
The fact that you
need a
both
context for
exasperated
that.
side at the same time.
at? Yeah, I think that's a good enough ending for this episode of the Trainwreck. Just holy Christ.
I don't know. It could either be, she's totally mentally ill. Okay, in which case, okay, I can kind of, have a minor amount of sympathy for her. But, also she went and burned the crap out of somebody's house. Okay, yeah.
Family's house and blocked their exit.
And block their exit. You know,
Yeah.
that's the other thing. Whether she did that deliberately or not is going to be a matter for the court. So,
Mm. Well, that's it for this episode of the Trainwreck, everybody. With me here tonight has been RandomGreymane.
I think I'm going to drink myself to sleep. Hey, I don't have to get up in the morning.
We also had Sherlock.
Yep, I was here against my better judgment again.
Mm.
You seem to be failing on that judgment on a lot of occasions, just like the rest of us.
Yeah. And
I do that because I worry about what you all will get up to if I'm not here.
And finally, we had the Fangirl.
I left work early for this.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to this episode of Trademark's Trainwreck, a show featured on Celestia Radio, all fandom all the time. Our theme song was created by Mayor of X, and our title card, and our banner art rather, was created by Court Awesome. You can find their social media, my co-host social media, the Trainwreck social media. Give us a follow on Twitter and possibly on Coffee as well. You can find all those links, as well as the links to all the articles we discussed, in the YouTube description below. And if you're on the YouTube version, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that bollocks. And with that, my name is Trademark, and good night.
I am a coffee. He needs it.
Please.